Financial freedom. This is the ability to live off the income of your personally invested resources. But wealth is relative. It doesn't necessarily mean being a millionaire. The ultimate goal for many people is financial independence. But this has led many to investment scams.
Have you heard about MMM?
The dust is yet to settle following the collapse of CBEX, an investment platform that promised wealth but left Nigerians broken.
Somebody promising you, returns that are totally outrageous, right? I'm telling you that you are going to earn income in 1 month that you cannot earn in 2 years. All of these are red flags.
And led others into having a get-rich-quick mentality.
Get-rich-quick schemes like gambling are now a go-to alternative for many Nigerians.
Gambling addiction in Nigeria is a big concern.
I've wanted to kill myself like 10 times because I had no hope.
The aim is to get to a point in time where the income from your investments is equal to or greater than the income from your work. But sadly, 95% of the population never achieve financial independence. It's very important to know that our prosperity as a nation depends on the personal financial prosperity of each of us as individuals. Money is a form of power, but what is more powerful is our financial literacy, because we all know that money comes and goes. But if you have the education of how money works, you gain power over it and you begin to build wealth. Money is also a medium by which earthly success is being measured. Ahead of you stretches your future, like a road leading into the distance. Along that road are ambitions that you wish to accomplish, desires you wish to gratify. To bring your ambitions and desires to fulfillment, you must be successful with money. Use the financial principles made clear in this video and let them guide you away from the stringencies of a lean purse to that happier life that financial independence makes possible. Let me introduce you to our little friend here. This is called a Rubik's Cube. It's a 3D puzzle that is made up of 6 sides, each side having 6 different colors. The goal is to twist and turn the layers of this cube so that each face becomes one solid color after it has been scrambled. Our understanding of the concept of this puzzle is essential to our understanding the concept of cracking the code to wealth. But more on this later. The first is to develop a written financial plan. You see, dreams without a plan remains just fantasies. The journey to wealth begins by putting pen to paper. Saying you want to be wealthy is not good enough. You need to come up with a workable plan and put it down on paper. Financial literacy is the ability to read and understand financial statements. This enables you to identify the strengths and weaknesses in your personal finances. Your financial plan must answer 3 critical questions. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? And most importantly, how will you get there? To answer these questions, you must take an inventory of your current financial situation by completing a financial plan or a financial statement, then looking at the results. You must understand the concept of an income statement, which itemizes your expenses and your income. Expenses can include your food, transportation, utility, monthly subscription, and so on. Income includes salary, gifts from loved ones, business sales, and so on. At the heart of any effective financial plan is an understanding of the fundamental difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. That's really all you need to know. If you want to be rich, you spend your life buying assets. Or if you want to be poor and middle class, you spend your life buying liability. It's not knowing the difference between an asset and a liability that causes most financial struggles in the real world. To come up with a financial plan is as simple as having an app on your phone that tracks your daily expenses and income. This approach forces you to calculate what you need to earn and how much you need to invest. Just remember, the most important rule is to understand the difference between an asset and a liability. Once you understand the difference, focus on keeping your liabilities and your expenses on a minimal level and concentrate your efforts into buying income-generating assets. The next is saving for the right reason. An essential concept in the book The Richest Man in Babylon states that a part of all you earn is yours to keep. And the truth is, wealth isn't built on what you spend, it's built on what you keep. You see, the mathematical power of systemic saving cannot be overstated. Consider two individuals earning the same income. One saves 5%, while the other saves 20%. After 20 years, the difference isn't just going to be 4 times greater. It is going to be exponentially larger due to compound interest, which Einstein calls the eighth wonder of the world. Now, I'm not saying you should go all out and save 20 to 50% of your income right away, although if you are broke, that's a good place to start. But just make it a point that a portion of all you earn is yours to keep. This should not be less than 10%, no matter how little you earn. It should not be less than 10% of what you earn. We can decide to save more than 10%. Just pay yourself first. It's not how much you make that matters, but how much you keep. And if you want to be rich, you must be financially literate. Now, you can begin by keeping an emergency fund in a liquid money account that is equal to 3 to 6 months of expenses. You can automate your saving process. Apps like Piggyvest, like OP, like Money, they offer features that automatically removes money from your bank account and save it for you. This eliminates the psychological battle of choosing whether to save or not. The point is, just make it automatic and non-negotiable. Just consider this. If you save 10,000 naira per month at 18% per annum, and apps like Piggyvest and Money offers high rates like this, for just 10 years, you will have approximately 3.3 million naira. If you save it for 20 years, you will have 26.5 million naira. If you save it for 30 years, you will have 160 million naira. This is the power of compound interest. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Just know that time is the ultimate wealth multiplier. The third principle is to live below your means. You see, our consumer culture has made us to confuse needs with wants, status with success. You see, living below your means is not about depriving yourself of the good things of life. It's about making conscious decisions and choices that aligns with your true priorities rather than social expectations. I'm sure you have heard of the phrase, keeping up with the Joneses. It is when people constantly try to match or outdo their neighbors, their friends, or social media influencers by buying the same or better cars, clothes, gadgets, or lifestyle just to look as successful and happy as them. There is this law in productivity space that is called Parkinson's law, and it states that work expands in order to fill the time allotted for its completion. But this law applies to finances as well. You see, what most of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to match up our income unless we protest otherwise. Just don't confuse your needs with your wants. Your necessary expenses is different from your desires. If your pattern is to spend everything you get, most likely an increase in finances will just lead to increase in spending. Every money that you spend on things that you don't need is the money that you should have used towards your financial independence. Developing the habit of thoughtful consumption means asking yourself 3 questions before any significant purchase. Does this align with my values? Is this the most efficient use of my resources? And will this matter to me in 5 years? Ancient wisdom teaches us that desires grows like weeds in a garden wherever there is a space for their roots. Just as a gardener must thoughtfully decide what to cultivate and what to remove, you must curate your expenses with intention, making space for what truly matters to flourish. Just decide each month how much you aim to spend and stick to it. Budgeting is about systematically identifying what you consume and finding out ways to minimize it to ultimately live below your means. Now, the fourth principle is to make your money work for you. I know we talked about saving for the right reason. Now, there comes a pivotal time in your financial journey where your money begins to work harder for you. True wealth isn't measured by what you earn through active work, but the income your assets generate even while you sleep. This is the power of passive income. It takes money to make money, but that doesn't mean you need a lot to invest. You don't need to be wealthy to begin investing. You need to begin investing to become wealthy. In today's age with the technology and financial products, you can build a diverse portfolio with minimal capital. A man's wealth is not in the money he carries all around, but it is in the businesses and the systems that he has built that passively brings income for him without working actively. A properly diversified investment portfolio should include a mix of assets that responds differently to economic conditions. You can include stocks for growth, bonds for stability, real estate for investment protection, and other alternative investments like cryptocurrency investment and so much more. Always remember the first sound principle of investing is security. So you should guide your treasure by only investing where your money is safe. I know we talked about saving for the right reason, and it doesn't make sense for you to save all those money just to lose it to unprofitable investments. You should secure the advice of those that are experienced in the profitable handling of money. Let their wisdom guide you from unsafe investments. Now, the most common mistake I see so many people make is that they try to time the market. They say, oh, I'm waiting for the right time to buy. I'm waiting to buy low and sell high. The investor who truly builds wealth are those who establish a sound strategy between the time horizon and their risk tolerance, and then maintain the discipline to stick to their strategy through market cycles. The fifth principle is to increase your ability to earn. You see, making money isn't about just working harder, but working smarter. The richest people in the world, they don't rely on a single paycheck, but they have built multiple streams of income that always brings cash flow, irrespective of whether they are actively working or not. A strategy that you and I, who are aiming to build wealth, can adopt is to diversify where our money comes from, either from passive income, from side hustle, and also scalable businesses. Your skills and ability are your greatest assets, but most people just randomly develop skills. But high earners have the ability to develop high income skills that multiplies their value in the marketplace. Your skills and ability will pay you in the long run more than your degree. So instead of just working a job, consider developing high income skills like cybersecurity, like video editing, like graphic design, and so much more. Wealth isn't just about how much you make, but how many ways you make it. The more income streams that you have and the more skills that you have, the more financial freedom that you gain. Just know this. Your ability to earn is not fixed. It's not determined by your background, your education, or your current situation, but is determined by how intentionally you build multiple streams of income and how you develop high income skills that are needed and useful and will give you a competitive advantage in the marketplace. The economy rewards problem solvers that can provide solutions through multiple channels, so make it a point to develop high income skills that will increase your ability to earn. The sixth principle is to get professional advice. See, getting professional advice doesn't mean you are abandoning control. The most successful wealth builders work with advisors and financial planners in order to undertake strategic business investments, but they ultimately make the informed decisions by themselves, not just following blind recommendations. On one hand, there are people that never seek financial advice. On the other hand, there are people that seek financial advice, but they seek it from the wrong people. Advice is freely given, but you must be very careful not to take financial advice from people that are not skilled in that particular area. The truth is that there are so many people that have cracked the code to this wealth thing, but people don't seek advice from such people. Do you know that there are hundreds of successful people who have written about their stories and how they did it in books, in audio programs, and online discussion, but yet people don't read it, they don't listen? How will you explain that? Just as you wouldn't seek medical advice from a carpenter, as regards your finance, make sure you find a good financial advisor that can inform you wisely on the investment that you can go into. Don't just blindly invest your money just because someone says this business is profitable. Make sure the person is licensed to give you advice. Now, maybe you don't have the resources to hire a financial advisor. You can go online and find investment opportunities that are profitable for you. But before you invest, make sure you do your research, do your due diligence, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. And as your wealth grows, you will consider building a coordinated team of specialists rather than just relying on a single generalist. The synergy between a financial advisor, a tax professional, and estate attorney creates comprehensive protection and optimization for your financial resources. Now, the seventh and final principle is to mind your own business. No, I don't mean it in an insulting way. But to become financially secure, you need to mind your own business. Your business revolves around your asset column. Remember, in the first principle, we talked about you knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. You see, rich people focus on buying income-generating assets that will always make money for them. Research from the Millionaire Next Door reveals that 2/3 of millionaires are self-employed, and about 75% of them are entrepreneurs. Despite the risk, business ownership provides unparalleled wealth building leverage. If you are just an employee, your wealth building equation is just linear. You are paid for the time you work in the job. But if you're a business owner, you're able to build value in multiple dimensions simultaneously, whether it's through your business profits, through equity appreciation, the sale of your business, or tax advantages. Now, owning your own business is not mutually exclusive, meaning you can still be an employee and still own your own business. Many successful wealth builders, they maintain their primary source of income, but they build businesses on the side, which eventually grows to become their main source of income. Now, the most important takeaway you can get from this particular principle is that your primary business is you. Yes, you. Invest in yourself and also invest in any other thing that has value, that generates income, that appreciates in value, and also has a ready market. Your business doesn't have to be revolutionary. You don't have to come up with the solution to world hunger. It just needs to be profitable. Focus on solving real problems for real people that are willing to pay for the solution. The most successful businesses often start by leveraging your existing skills and expertise. So yes, my friend, invest in you. You are your primary business. Invest in yourself. To summarize, let's come back to our Rubik's Cube. You see, to build wealth is likened to solving a Rubik's Cube, where each step is a move that aligns the puzzle pieces towards financial success. Just as a Rubik's Cube requires strategy, patience, and persistence to solve, building wealth demands a structured, disciplined approach to align your financial decisions. First, develop a written financial plan, like mapping out a cube solution. A written financial plan is the foundation of wealth building. It answers 3 questions. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? And how will you get there? Understand income and expenses and prioritize assets over liability to create a clear path. Then, saving for the right reason. Saving is like aligning one side of the cube. It's essential and foundational. Save at least 10% of your income. Automate it using apps like Piggyvest and build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Compound interest like a cube's compounding moves that exponentially grows over time. Then live below your means. This step is like avoiding distractions to focus on the cube's solution. Resist the consumer culture trap and curb expenses that expand to match your income. Make sure you budget intentionally by asking if a particular purchase aligns with your value. Then you should make your money work for you. Passive income is like the cube solving itself once aligned. Invest in a diversified portfolio to generate income even while you sleep. You should prioritize security, seek expert advice, and stick to a disciplined strategy based on your risk tolerance. Then you should increase your ability to earn. Expanding income streams is like mastering multiple cube solving techniques. Build high value in-demand skills and create passive income or side hustles. Wealth grows through diverse scalable income sources, not just a single paycheck. Then get professional advice. Advisors are like Cube's guide, offering expertise to refine your strategy. You should seek experienced financial planners, tax professionals, and estate attorneys to optimize your portfolio. But stay informed and make the final decisions yourself. Learn from successful people's books and programs to avoid costly mistakes. Then finally, mind your own business. Focus on your asset columns, like perfecting the cube's final layer. Build a business or side hustle, leveraging your skills, as entrepreneurship offers unique wealth building leverage through profit, equity, and tax benefits. Treat yourself as your primary business, investing in skills and profitable ventures. Solving the wealth puzzle like a Rubik's Cube requires aligning these 7 principles with discipline and strategy. Each move, planning, saving, living frugally, investing, skill building, seeking advice, and entrepreneurship, it brings you closer to a cohesive financial picture. Just as a cube's solution emerges through persistence, wealth builds through consistent, intentional actions over time. The most powerful step is the one you take today. So start where you are, use what you have, and implement what you have learned in this video. Financial freedom is not just about making money. It's about creating a life where you have total control over your time, your choices, and ultimately your destiny. Remember the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules, make fortunes. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I understand that this video is long, but if you are watching this particular segment, it shows that you watched to the end, and I truly appreciate you. If you are watching this particular segment, just comment below. Let me know that you watched to the end. I will personally send you a special thank you note. I really appreciate. And if you are new to this channel, do well to subscribe to this channel and also hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified when new videos comes out. I have a lot of videos planned out over the next few weeks. If you are new here, please do well to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. Please and please, if you gained value from this video, do well to like this video and also click on this video right above me where I teach you on the strategies for self-education. Trust me, it's very insightful and very educational. So do check it out. Thank you so much.